What's up, sports fans? What's up, world? You are now tuned into the world's greatest MC Ron and his co-host.
Your boy, Zen on Ken.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. We are the sports podcast that always keeps it real about sports talk. And, I understand, people, you're going through football withdrawals because last weekend was the first weekend without football. However, this past weekend was also All-Star Weekend. Hopefully, you all found some enjoyment in All-Star Weekend. Now, a lot of people had from what I've seen on social media, TikTok, Instagram, even Facebook, like whatever. People have been underwhelmed overall by All-Star Weekend. Now I know that guy, Mac McClung, three-peated as the slam dunk champion, showing the Kansas City Chiefs how it's done. But outside of that, people felt very underwhelmed, I would say. So, KJ, how did you feel about All-Star Weekend? And, how have you been feeling? I'm really honest these past few years because people have really been talking about this really for several years now, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I don't really, my favorite part of the All-Star Weekend is the All-Star, the Rising Stars Challenge. I don't even really get excited for the All-Star game no more because everybody they're not really
trying.
They're not really trying for real. I did though enjoy a couple of aspects of this All-Star game because though LeBron decided to not play like an hour beforehand, like during the All-Star game. I did.
Why did he stop? Why did he decide not to play? What? LeBron? Bro, what?
Yeah, so he didn't want to. He's resting his foot because he was like, yeah, I've been dealing with foot issues, discomfort, and this, that, and the third. So, yeah, he decided to sit out this All-Star game, which I personally, I'm cool with. He already has a streak of All-Star games. I don't know who's going to break next. But also,
so wait a minute. Time out. So LeBron knew that he was going to sit out this whole freaking time, and just decided to at dark 30.
I can't say he knew the whole time. He probably was trying to play, but at the end, towards the end, he was like, "Hey, look, I'm old and my foot hurt. Y'all gonna have to do this one without me." And because after look at the Olympics, for example. I love the fact that LeBron was in the Olympics this year because that's probably his last Olympics. But
not probably his last Olympics. That is his last Olympics. If that man, 4 years from now, if I still see that man, well, not 4 years now. It's 2012. That was 3 years from now, in 2028. If I see that man still playing basketball, what? Never mind. I'm not.
I'm gonna have to call him to go. But yeah, man, I thought during the Olympics it was cool for him to play because it might be his last one. Probably gonna be his last one. But this All-Star Weekend, I'm like, bro, you're old. Your team's been hurt. Luka is just now getting back and everything like that. He wanted to sit out. So okay, he's definitely preparing for the playoffs. Like he ain't playing no games. But outside of LeBron, bro, I love to see. I am not gonna lie. Two things I love to see from just the game was, of course, Cade.
Cade Cunningham, first time All-Star.
Yes, sir. Got to shout out my boy. But also, watching Wemby versus I keep wanting to say KD. Wemby versus Kyrie. Oh, bro, that was great. Wemby forces Kyrie to get into his bag. You know what I'm saying? He is so big, and Kyrie is regular sized basketball player, average sized basketball player. You know what I'm saying? So like Kyrie got to do all the tricks and tips and moves and spins and like Kyrie is a person who can shoot from any angle. So like I saw one play like Kyrie either he got the ball or they gave him the ball. Wemby was on him. He did like a little cross. Wemby swiped. He stepped back. Wemby jumped. He stepped forward and then just laid the ball. He didn't make it, but still, like I was like, "Oh my god, he got Wemby off skates, bro."
See, no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah. So watching Kyrie, get forced to show his basketball acumen, forced to delve deep,
get jiggy with it.
I love it. Get jiggy with it. You know what I'm saying? That was amazing, man. But yeah, like it. I loved it.
I did not watch the All-Star game whatsoever. When is the last time I actually sat down and watched the All-Star game?
It's been a minute. Team Brown, I don't know.
I'm 33 now. Probably the last time I actually sat down and watched the All-Star game. LeBron was in Cleveland during the first year. His first stint in Cleveland. That's the... No, I'm lying to you. I'm lying. No, probably
there was plenty of other ones. Like
I think I don't know, but it's been a while since I watched it. I know because when I saw them like stop trying to play in the All-Star game, that's when I just completely like checked out. Like, oh, these guys, they're not even trying to play for real. So, and me, I as a guy who wants to see the best of the best, literally actually compete against each other and go full out. I'm like, it's not for me. I understand it's entertainment for the fans and all that stuff and all that good stuff, but it's just, that's the last time I actually once again, the last time I really watched the All-Star game. I really think it was either during LeBron's first stint in Cleveland or when he was in Miami, I think it was that year when Derrick Rose probably made that the All-Star for the first time. I think that was.
But the best parts of All-Star Weekend is like the celebrity game, the Rising Stars Challenge, the 3-point competition, the dunk competition. Like, yeah. I feel like those are always the premier parts of All-Star Week. Probably because they're the best, because people actually try during those. Especially the Rising Stars Challenge. Like, you got the young boys going at it. I love it.
I don't know, but like. They're trying to change up All-Star Weekend. Like you saw like in the All-Star game, like then they have like a tournament for the All-Star game on Sunday. It was like the winners of the Rising Stars versus like a couple other teams.
Yeah.
So see, because I know they're trying to make it more and more competitive because people, once again, they're not, because people aren't trying. But here's my thing. Well, actually, I'll ask you a question, KJ. If you can change one thing about All-Star Weekend, if you could change, or not just one thing, if you could change something, or if you could change All-Star Weekend, how would it look like for you? Like, how would it look like for you?
I would love to see like Vets versus Rising Stars. I would love to see that. International versus Team USA. That would be fire. A 1-on-1, a 2-on-2, a 3-on-3. Those would be fire. Like, there's so many things that you can do. I don't think that I don't think they're ever gonna do like a 1-on-1 because I think that would put a lot of like who's better than who conversations to bed.
Yeah.
And that's what really like drives the talk of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that's that is true because you be able to really see who's a better basketball, because really, honestly, the only way you're actually able to see who's a better basketball player than who is if they go 1-on-1, tit for tat. But like, because you see guys, but the thing is, you would see guys if there was actually a 1-on-1 tournament, and like there are a lot of players who like you see all the players are able to go into it. honestly, you would see a lot of guys that we believe that are like top 5 may get knocked out,
Yeah.
may get beat. But that's because these guys, they're not, they're not one-on-one players. It's it's more than that. But yeah, one thing I would change about All-Star Weekend, a couple of things. I would change the format of the 3-point contest. What I mean is, like, I would still I would have more rounds. What I mean, well, I would have an extra round. What I mean is that with the 3-point contest, it's first 8 to start, and then you got the last 4, then you got the last 3, right? And then they'll duke it out for the those 3 will duke it out for the championship. What I would want is actually your first 8, then you knock it down to 4, then you knock it down to 2, and then it's 2 1-on-1. Who's the best 3-pointer? That's what I feel like 3-point contest should go to, because like it makes no sense where like for example, Tyler Hero won the 3-point contest, but why do I feel like it just didn't feel like he won it? You know what I'm saying?
Because there's no way that Tyler Hero is a better 3-point shooter than Damian Lillard.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, you saw how well Buddy Hield was shooting, especially in that first round. And then of course he kind of cooled off in the second round, but he still had 23 points. And I felt like there should have been like a championship round where it's him versus Tyler Hero, and then they'll see who's actually like. Because for me, it just feels weird. Like you go from 8 to 3, and then it's just 2 rounds. I feel like there should be 3. So 8, 4, and then 2. Like, and then I would change the skills challenge back to where it was. Where you just had the single guy, and then they had to, because you saw Chris Paul try to cheat the system.
Right.
In the skills challenge.
Right.
But I think it should just be just like it was a few years ago, just the player by themselves, doing all those skill drills to see who is the singular, most skilled person. I don't know. It may be for the All-Star game to make it competitive is you still have East versus West. Like, get rid of the whole, you make it East versus West, and the winner, the winning conference has, home court advantage during the NBA Finals. So that way you'll actually have players, because a lot of those players who are All-Stars, they're on contending teams. They're on teams that might have a good chance to make the finals, and that'll probably drive them maybe to try a little harder. I don't know, but that's me. But the one highlight I saw from the All-Star game was Trae Young. How I think he bounced it off Kyrie, threw it through Steph Curry's legs, and then threw it behind the back to Wemby. That was fun. That was nice. That was nice. But also, shout out to Mac McClung though, man. That man is saving the dunk contest by himself.
Who said white boys can't jump?
Exactly, man. He's saving the dunk contest by himself. However, we need stars back in the dunk contest. Like Zion, Ja. Like, come on, y'all. The dunk contest was made for guys like y'all, and y'all don't want to take part in it. Y'all having guys like Stephon Castle, Andre Jackson, guys that nobody really know. Like, of course, basketball fans gonna know who they are, but like guys who are these guys? Like, And people, man, but I saw something, KJ, and we'll move on to the next thing. But I saw something, KJ, that they talked about the reason why stars don't go into the. They're basically blaming LeBron because they're saying the reason why stars don't go into the All-Star game anymore is because LeBron started it where he didn't go, he didn't go in, he didn't participate, and then that made stars think, you know what? If LeBron didn't participate, I'm not going to participate, but. I'm not going to say that. I don't think that's LeBron's fault.
Definitely not LeBron's fault because that was how many years ago?
Yeah. I mean, and at the end of the day, like, huh?
They don't want to get up in there because they're not as creative.
Exactly that, and like, but like, think you've had stars participated even after LeBron said no. You had guys like Donovan Mitchell. He's a star, not a superstar. You've had guys like DeMar DeRozan, star level, sort of, all-star level. But I know he's not a superstar, but still, you've had some good Blake Griffin. So you've had guys. I just think guys just don't want to do it. Like, I don't think it's a LeBron thing. People want to blame LeBron for every single thing that is wrong with the NBA, and I'm like, I don't know why, but yeah, I think Giannis completed a dunk contest like when he was young,
right?
So yeah, man, like, yeah, but the thing is, I would like to see star players entering. Like, I really thought that Zion Williamson would go into a dunk contest. I really thought that. But then his injuries and all that stuff came, and I'm like, yeah, nah.
I mean,
huh?
we do have to like congratulate the folks that who we did see. Like, Castle made incredible dunks.
Yeah,
bruh, McClung, that doesn't make any sense on what, bro? Like, you jump over a man spinning on a Segway and dunking two basketballs just to turn around to jump over a taller man on a platform.
Yeah,
double pump, touch, not like scrape the backboard and then dunk. Touch the backboard, hold it for like half a second, and then dunk the ball in the air. Who's doing that, bro?
Bro, man, this man is
on PEDs.
I'm like, bro, like when I was watching that, like I was watching it in my hotel room. Had a nice little Valentine's Day weekend, but I woke up my wife because I forgot. Yeah, it was after that dunk when he dunked those two basketballs. I was like, oh. Like, I literally woke up my wife. Sorry, yeah, because like that was one of the most amazing dunks I've ever seen. That was right up there with the Aaron Gordon when he sat in midair,
and he jumped over a Kia like Blake Griffin,
bruh. He jumped, but I think it was more impressive than Blake Griffin because this man literally grabbed it from somebody in because Blake Griffin had somebody toss the ball up.
Yeah,
Mac McClung grabbed it from. Bro,
that is I am how old I am, but at the same time, to me that is the best dunk. That is the best dunk I've ever seen in my life. I don't care what anybody else say.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like Kenny the Jetsmith said, Vince Carter, you might have some competition with greatest dunker of all time. It might be the white boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. No, it's not. But yeah,
he put the basketball on the front of the rim mid-air, took it off, and dunked it. I don't get. Oh, y'all need to go see that again, bro. Y'all need to like put that, plaster that, pin that to your social media pages, bro. Because that's the greatest thing you're gonna see all year. Hopefully not,
bruh. But yeah, I did enjoy the dunk contest. Just come on, NBA. Adam Silver. I was about to say David Stern. I'm sorry. R.I.P. to him. But Adam Silver, you got to fix that All Star Weekend, man. Come on,
Because 2-on-2.
exactly, or at least do 1-on-1. Come on. But that's it for all the good old basketball talk. We're ready for the rest of the NBA season. Hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully, my Wizards keep tanking the way they are. But I really can't wait to these playoffs, man. I really want to see who's gonna the NBA playoffs. I really want to see who's gonna make the NBA playoffs, especially in the West, because like you got like 14 teams that can make to this at this point. So, but as I said early in this podcast, football season has ended. I understand that you guys are going through football withdrawals. It's our first weekend without football. We're going to another weekend without football. Though people are going to talk about, hey, we got the UFL spring football. Ain't nobody counts that. But unless you're like really, really desperate to watch some football, hell, well, I might be. But we want to recap the NFL season, and we want to go division by division, and we're gonna start with the division that won the Super Bowl, specifically the team that won the Super Bowl, which is the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, we're starting off with the NFC East. We're gonna talk about all 4 teams in the NFC East, and we're gonna start at the top. Once again with the team that won the Super Bowl. So, KJ. Let's talk about the Eagles season, first.
Well, obviously the Eagles season was a complete success for them because not only did they swipe Saquon Barkley from their division rival, they also won the Super Bowl with him, and they probably have the best play on a running back history with Saquon Barkley jumping over somebody backwards. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, their season could have went better, which sounds crazy because they were 14-3. But they had a lot of injuries. They had a lot of turmoil, which they usually do with their head coach. Players were hurt at specific times of the season, especially their wide receivers. So they really could have went like 16-1 or something. Yeah. But yeah, man, Philly did great, and I think they have a lot of people still coming back, so they don't really have to revamp their team or anything like that, which is unusual for most Super Bowl winners. We can even see Kansas City winning a Super Bowl and getting rid of Tyreek Hill.
But won 2 Super Bowls down, so how bad of that move was that?
But the only thing that I think one of the biggest thing that's going to hurt Philly this year is Kellen Moore accepting the head coaching job with the Saints. So that offense might look a little different next year. I don't know.
Well, like you said, Philadelphia had a very successful season. Very, 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 very successful. Having that number 1 defense, having one of the if not the best, one of the best, if not the best, rust offense in the league. Like you said, Kellen Moore, Nick Sirianni being their head coach. Also, them getting their new defensive coordinator in Vic Fangio definitely paid off 100%. Because after last season, especially their defense was in turmoil. They added 2 rookies in the defensive backfield. Added some other pieces on defense, and we saw that defense completely turn around to a number 1 defense in the league. But yeah, what more can I say? Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't say established himself as an elite quarterback, because if you know on this podcast, I believe Jalen Hurts has always been an elite quarterback, but some people may not have thought that way. But yeah, what's really more to say? Congratulations, they're the Super Bowl champs. The only thing now is, can they repeat? Can this be a dynasty? Can they be once again? They just ended the dynasty. Can they be the next one? Can they be like the Chiefs? Because they have the quarterback, they have the defense, they have the head coach, they have the front office, and as long as that stays consistent, hey, you always have a chance to win. So that's my whole thing. That is the whole thing. That is really now the question: can you all do it again? Especially now that you all have especially you have Saquon still in the mix. But like you said, they did lose Kellen Moore. That may or may not affect him. I don't think it's as big as loss as people might think. I don't really think it's. I think it's gonna be this. They're gonna be the same team that they were last year. This past season. And like you said, they're returning basically everybody. So this team can definitely repeat as Super Bowl champions again. So, but yeah. What do you think they would need? What do you think they would need to add to repeat?
Linebacker, edge rusher.
I don't.
What do they need? A tight end. They could definitely do better at the tight end position.
Though Goddard is a pretty solid tight end.
Yes, exactly. They got the best team. They have the best team in sports. They don't need nothing.
Yeah, so that is. But so let's go to the team that finished second in the division, which is in the team that shocked not only the NFL, not just the world, but me as a Commanders fan. My Commanders having an impossible season, having a successful season, regardless of what anybody wants to say. We had a very, 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 very successful season because a lot of people picked us to only win like 6 games max. It's like 6 games max. And like, well, no, I think it was 5 games max. But I gave us 8 wins max. I was like, we're going to win 8 wins maximum. We blew past all my expectations. So I'm gonna let you go first.
I think y'all have a more successful season than Philly did, even though Philly won the Super Bowl. Because again, there was no expectations for y'all. I knew y'all quarterback was going to be good, and I knew he was going to get y'all some wins. But y'all ended up, going above 10 wins, winning a playoff game, going to the NFC Championship with a rookie. I think y'all had a phenomenal season. I think like y'all roster is the opposite of Philly roster, because Philly got everything. Y'all have nothing. And still went 12-5. Like, y'all got nothing, bro. So, I mean, y'all could use another receiver for sure. Y'all could use a better line for sure. Y'all could use a running back for sure. And y'all could use a better defense for sure.
Yeah.
It's really for y'all. Y'all have like such a great like positioning to be, even though like y'all roster is like very much incomplete, because y'all still have $100 million in cap space this year that y'all can use to help bolster that roster and everything like that. You still got the draft and everything. The ceiling is looking super up for y'all. Like, if y'all could not repeat, but I don't even foresee y'all really having a backslide just because of how Jaden Daniels prepares. Like, you know what I mean? With all that extra technology with the Oculus and stuff, and he always, like, bro, like this man is practicing in 2050. Okay. So yeah, even though y'all need a whole bunch, I think y'all are in a great spot to do a whole lot of things. So Philly better watch out next year.
This, like, by far, by far, by far, by far, I believe, in my biased opinion, this is a very biased opinion. This is the greatest season ever for the Washington Commanders football team, Redskins, like this Washington franchise has ever had. In my opinion, in my biased opinion. Why do I say that? Because of everything going against us. Like you said, KJ. All we had really at the end of the day was a wide receiver and a quarterback. That's it. Line really, our line was below average. Our defense was below average, and also our rush defense was the number 30th ranked rush defense in the league. So you saw, like, once again, line below average, defense below average, receivers outside of Scary Terry severely below average, running backs
Because who the hell is Zacchaeus?
below average, huh?
I said, because who the hell is Zacchaeus? I can't even spell that.
like I said, outside of Scary Terry, it was like I said, running backs below average. Even though I do like Brian Robinson, he's not a number one. He's not a number one running back. He's a number two, to be perfectly honest. So the fact that we had all of that, you listen to that and you was like, yeah, that's a 5-4 win team. That team made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. Crazy. All of that going against us. So what do I think is the most important thing we need to do in the offseason? Fix the offensive and defensive lines first. That's the first thing. Well, not even defensive line per se. Specifically, edge rusher. All right, edge rusher. We have to hope for one of these edge rushers, like I guess like a Nick Skirton, to fall to us at 29. God damn it! But but yeah, one of these edge rushers, like let's look real quick. But yeah, like a Nick Skirton or something like that. Like these edge rushers, like I'm talking about, he's probably not going to fall to us because it's just I don't know.
Y'all need an edge rusher. I think y'all need a corner before y'all need, or a safety before y'all need an edge rusher.
I much prefer an edge rusher. The only guy I'm just looking at the man, Texas A&M had some edge rushers on them. But anyway, and Nick Skirton, then you had Shamar Stewart, and then somebody. But yeah, we need a solid edge rusher. Corner, we can definitely use another corner because Marcus Lattimore did not look like the Marcus Lattimore. I don't know if it's the scheme. And we may actually need to replace our defensive coordinator because I don't know about anybody else, but I don't think Joe Witt is a very good defensive coordinator. But that's just me. That's just me. But yeah, but also Joe Witt didn't have the players on defense because because defense coordinator only looks as good as the players that he's able to play with, and didn't have a lot.
Who would you want y'all to get in like free agency or something like what?
Who's the free agent? Any good free agent corners or edge? Like we're trying to get. I know we're trying to get Myles Garrett. I think that's. They've been saying like we're the favorite to land Myles Garrett. However, like I said before, and I'm going to keep on saying it, let's not do the old Redskins thing where we overpay for guys or we trade all this draft capital for guys that that does not pan out. Now I believe in Adam Peters. because he was the one who put together that 49ers crew. Now has that 49ers crew won a Super Bowl yet? Not, but they've been but they've been to a couple of Super Bowls. They've been to NFC Championship games. They've been a consistent contender, and that's all you can ask for. Though I would say that the reason why they lost those games was because of the reason why they, outside of the year before last, I think the reason why they lost those games is because you had Jimmy G at quarterback and not a Brock Purdy. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I like the way we're heading. We need help everywhere though. We need help everywhere. Once again, it's a miracle that this team made it to an NFC Championship game. An edge rusher, another piece in the quarterback position. We can even use another linebacker. Like, we need help on all three levels of defense. Then for offense, us a number one running back and a number 2 wide receiver.
Ashton Jeanty.
If he falls to us, which I don't think it's happening,
trade up.
I wouldn't trade up for Ashton Jeanty.
I'm just playing. I know.
Nah. If he falls to us, and if there's not a better or
I'm not getting Ashton Jeanty. He's not touching the 20s. He's not sniffing past 15.
But I'm just saying. Listen. This is we're speaking strictly hypothetical. I know he's not making it past 15, but speaking strictly hypothetically, if he does get to 29 where we're picking, if there's not a higher ranked defensive player, then I'm fine with us picking him. Now, if there's another defensive player that is either closely rated to him or is gonna have just as good of an impact that he would, I'm going with the defensive player. But yeah, but I like the way we're going. I'm gonna say us Commanders fans need to temper expectations. I'm not gonna automatically say we're going to be back to the NFC Championship game, because honestly, it took a lot to break right for us to get to that point. Like, for example, we matched up against the Bucs in the first round. I think that was a better matchup for us, because originally we were the 6 seed. We were originally supposed to face the Rams, which I don't know if we would be able to beat them going to LA. So yeah, a lot broke right for us. I'm just saying, a lot broke right for us to make it that far. Also, adding to the fact that the whole Detroit Lions defense got hurt. So yeah, a lot broke right. I don't think things are going to break that way this season, this next coming season. So temper those expectations. My expectations for next season, make the playoffs. That's it. Make the playoffs. Not win the division, not being up, make the playoffs. That's it. And maybe win a playoff game. One. But that's the expectation. But let's go ahead and talk about the team that finished third. Those Dallas Cowgirls, baby. Y'all should have finished last, but the next team we're going to talk about couldn't let that happen. So, KJ, let's talk about these Dallas Cowgirls. How was their season this season? For me, it was great. It could have been a little bit better. They could have lost a little bit, a few more games. But yeah,
abysmal season, bro. Like and it was right. The writing was written on the wall. They didn't do anything in the offseason to get better. Yet everybody in the NFC got better in the offseason.
All in.
Bro, and it's crazy, like y'all re-sign Zeke. Why? Y'all don't have a running back. Dwindling like your future. Like, bruh, what are you doing? Then you gonna go. Then you gonna go ahead and sign Schottenheimer, who I don't foresee making a shot in the dark. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I think Jerry Jones is tanking. I don't know why, but he tanking for a reason. I just need to figure out why, because it don't make sense.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. I put two and two together. Isn't Arch Manning next season? Isn't he? If he once again isn't he available after next college football season? Isn't he draft eligible? Yeah, because this is his second. This is his sophomore season.
Absolutely.
So he's trying to take for Arch Manning.
But he just re-signed Dak.
Jerry Jones is about 80-something years old. This man, or 100, really 100. Jerry Jones is 105 years old, man. This man doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm dead.
He's trying to draft Arch Manning. He's like you said, like, why are you signing Brian Schottenheimer? That sounds like a move that you're trying to tank with. I think he's trying to tank. I think he's trying to replace Dak with Arch Manning. Come on, Arch Manning. He's playing at Texas. I'm just thinking. I don't know if Arch Manning gonna help.
I don't know, because I don't think they're gonna be worse than New Orleans or who else? About the Raiders, if they don't get a quarterback. Tennessee is gonna be terrible. The Cleveland is gonna be even worse because they traded Myles Garrett.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Arch Manning being drafted by the Saints. Remember, Archie Manning, his I think his granddad, playing with the Saints to his granddad. Because remember, neither Peyton nor Eli went to the Saints, but maybe Arch Manning could continue his granddad's leg. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking out loud. But we ain't talking about the Saints though. This is about the NFC East. So the Cowgirls had a really good season, in my estimation. They had a really good season. Could they have had a better season? Yes. They could have gone 4-13. Hell, they could have gotten 0-17. That is the greatest. That would be the greatest Dallas Cowgirls season of all time, in my estimation. All right, y'all know I'm a Cowgirl hater. I'm a Commanders fan. So seeing the Cowgirls fail doesn't bother me. It doesn't upset me. It doesn't disappoint me. I am happy. I love what the Cowgirls did last offseason. And I hope they keep on with this. And I'm liking this offseason too, what they're doing now. I love their head coaching hire. I'm glad they hired another puppet for a head coach. Because you know what that means? That means another year of not making the NFC Championship game. Which, last time I checked, Cowgirls, we made last year. The last time y'all made the last time y'all Cowgirls fans made the conference championship game, my starting quarterback wasn't even born. He wasn't even thought of. Woo, baby. Oh, my God. This. Okay, let me stop. But yeah, y'all need help. Y'all need a running back. Honestly, y'all need a number 2 wide receiver as well. I'm gonna be an analyst for y'all. Y'all need a running back. Y'all need once again a number 2 wide receiver. Y'all may need help on defense, but I think with your defense is completely healthy, y'all are good. But y'all may want to think about if y'all keep on underachieving, which I'll be happy. But if y'all keep on underachieving, y'all may want to a guy like Michael Parsons might want out. So you may want to think about that. But but definitely, I would think the Cowgirls' biggest needs are number 2 wide receiver and running back. Definitely, that's where it definitely lies. But let's now go ahead and talk about the last team. Finished last in the division. Those New York Football Midgets, Giants. So KJ, let's recap them. Let's talk about them.
Whew. I mean, the Giants had pretty much as bad as a season as they could have had with Daniel Jones at the helm.
Finally got rid of him.
While they paid him, now they're looking for a quarterback. Yeah, they're doing pretty bad. But I guess the silver lining would be, yes, they have a phenomenal number 1 wide receiver stud in Malik Neighbors who can do anything that you want him to do. Be very afraid of this man. The only reason why we're not afraid of this man as much as we should be is because he does not have a quarterback. And he's still out this season with bad quarterback play and no running back help. Exactly. And no number 2 receiver help. And no number 3 receiver help. And no tight end help. Like, he was the offense. He was basically the new Saquon Barkley for the Giants. So they do need another quarterback. They need everything on offense. But the other silver lining is that their defensive front is pretty formidable, bro. And you need that, as we see with the Eagles playing the Chiefs. You need a formidable defensive front to beat certain teams. So at least they have like 2 things under wraps for them. So it won't be if they get a competent quarterback, they'll be a much better team. They'll go from like 3 to like 6, 7 wins, maybe 6, 3 to 6, from 3 to 6. But yeah, I mean, they're at the bottom of the division out here, eating the coral. I mean, eating the kelp, bottom feeding.
Now, this is a team next season I'm secretly worried about. And people are going to be like, "Why? They finished last in the division." Da, 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 da. I feel like everybody in our division should be secretly worried about, even the Eagles, because you talked about their defense. People think that the Giants' defense is garbage. No, they're not. I think I mentioned on this podcast. If I have not, I'm going to say it right now. That Giants' defense is actually good. The problem is their offense sucks so bad, so their defense is on the field a lot of the time. And what happens when when a defense gets tired and they know that their offense, oh man, they can't score, they're going to give up a lot of points. But that defense is actually good. With once again, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, they got Kayvon Thibodeau there. Like,
Tibbs and Burns is enough. Like,
yeah,
that's enough, and they have even more to give.
Yeah, so that Giants defense, they may need a couple of maybe add a linebacker corner, maybe like I said, add a linebacker corner or 2, so, but that defense is good. They're just on the field a lot, so that's why they suck. So because they really need offensive line help and a quarterback. If they just get competent quarterback play with solid line play, you're going to see a totally different Giants team. And I'm talking about maybe going from 3 to 4 wins to maybe 10. You said 8 or 9. I think it's going. You might see a Giants team go more than that. Like that's what I mean by I be very wary of this Giants team, because this team might be one of those teams that go from worst to playoffs, like how we were this season. Like they might. I'm just saying. But yeah, just look out for them New York Football Giants. I know I said New York Football Midgets just to be funny, but I'm not joking in this. Like, be wary of those football Giants, man. Be wary of them next season if they get solid line play and a competent quarterback. Watch out, because like you said, Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, that's
Malik Neighbors been the best like people were talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., how he's a generational wide receiver and all of that, and the best receiver so far in that draft class is Malik Neighbors.
Easily.
And then people want to talk, and then that goes into a whole other conversation like, oh, but Marvin Harrison Jr. had Kyler Murray. I know he's not a world beater, but I would say he's a top half quarterback.
Way better than anything the Giants got.
Yeah, he's definitely way better. He's definitely way better than Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, and any other quarterback they had this season combined. And Malik Neighbors still outperformed Marvin Harrison Jr. But yeah, man, this man Malik Neighbors, he's just gonna get better, bro. But I would say Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. were both seen with Jaden Daniels. I'm just saying, if y'all don't leave your current teams and come over to the Commanders, we can make this happen. What y'all can do is y'all can renegotiate y'all deals. Y'all can find your way. Y'all can find your way back to Jaden Daniels. I'm just saying, if y'all want to play with Jaden Daniels, I'm fall for it. Just renegotiate your contracts. That's all. Find an out. In there. Find an out in there in your contract so that we can make it happen. We can make it happen. I'm just saying. If y'all leave one, but yeah, that's it for the division by division breakdown this week. We'll continue with the where we want to go next. We want to go to the runner-ups, Super Bowl runner-ups division, or we might stay in the AFC and in the NFC. But stay tuned. But last week we started a mock draft. We went through the first 10 picks, and we're gonna continue that this week. So we mock draft our picks 11 through 20. So KJ, for your 11 through 20 mock draft, let's hear it. Let's hear your next 10.
All right, so from 11 to 20, you have teams such as the 49ers, followed by Dallas, Miami, Colts, the Falcons, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, Bucks, Bengals, and Denver. All of these teams tried their best, especially the 49ers. RIP to all them people's knees and ankles and shoulders, and the RIP to that injury report. Okay. Yeah, all of these teams. This is where we get like in the trenches with the drafts. The first 10 picks are like the splash players. The next 10 picks are the players that make the differences, right? So with the Niners and everything that they have and their injuries and like that, like they still have a lot of players. They're shopping Devo so they can get even more players. But I really think that they need help on that line. That's how you're gonna keep things afloat, is by keeping your quarterback up and not injured. So I'm gonna go ahead and give them an Alabama guard in Tyler Booker to help solidify, things up there with Trent Williams and everything. And then the pick that the most pivotal pick of the entire draft is this one right here. Dallas, we've been talking about y'all. Michael Parsons need more money. Y'all $2 million under the cap. I mean, $2 million over the cap. So you have no money. You can't sign them. You don't have a running back. You need another receiver. There's so many things that you could do. But if y'all do not get a running back, bro, with the second worst rushing offense behind Vegas, close. Y'all need to get a running back, bro. Go ahead and get them boys Ashton Jeanty. If Dallas does not draft Ashton Jeanty, I am calling conspiracy, and I am calling for Jerry Jones to give up his position. Because what the heck? I would accept a wide receiver. I would side eye, but I would accept a wide receiver. But if it is not Ashton Jeanty, no. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. Again, players that matter. Subsequently, the quarterback always matters. So Miami with their quarterback history and his injuries, they want to keep him upright. So I'm going to also give him an interior lineman from Missouri, another SEC lineman. Those are the big boys out there. You know, they eat like hog belly and pig feet. His name is Armand Mimbao or Mimbu. A little something to help keep Tua upright. And then the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. They need a whole lot, man. They're kind of like a middling team, and I'm still not sold on their quarterback. But you know what?
Still not.
So, their quarterback reminds me an awfully a lot of my old quarterback in Cameron Jarrell Newton from Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia, South Fulton. Shout out. I think the best thing that they did to help Cam Newton after post Steve Smith was go ahead and get him Greg Olsen.
I see where you're going there.
The Super Bowl, right? So with the Colts and their rushing hulk of a quarterback, they can also throw a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and give them your boy Tyler Warren.
Okay, all right. I see that. I see the vision.
And then both teams are kind of like iterations of blue and white. Yeah, man, come on. That just makes sense. The Falcons. Living in Georgia and also being a Panther fan / Carolina boy. I hate the Falcons with the ever so burning depths of my soul. Right?
Yeah.
But living in Georgia, specifically Atlanta, I have no choice but to listen to Falcon talk all the time, and listening with my ear to the streets as they usually are. The Falcons fans, they need an edge rusher. They got everything they need but an edge rusher, and I would agree. Maybe a linebacker, but an edge rusher. I'm gonna go ahead and give them James Pierce, the edge rusher. He can use a little work, but the potential that he has is enormous. And then the same thing goes with the Cardinals. The Cardinals have an atrocious defense, right? So they need help everywhere. This entire draft needs to be dedicated to defense. Okay, they don't need to spend unless they draft an lineman or a great tight end that's not Colston Loveland. They need defense, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them one of the A&M edge rushers that you were alluding to, and Shimon.
Yeah, they got a lot. They got a lot. But yeah,
speaking of that defensive line with the Seahawks, I'm giving them my boy Kenneth Grant. Now they got two Michigan Wolverines, and Kenneth Grant and Sharbs. That's Charbonnet.
Okay.
And they've always needed like defensive line help. They're cool in secondary, they're cool offensively for sure. Though places could use upgrades, nevertheless, they kind of need more defensive line help specifically. So I'm giving them Kenneth Grant. The Bucks, another rival. I don't really hate them, but I don't really love them neither. So with that being said, I see that their boy. So follow me. They have Baker Mayfield. I love Baker Mayfield. They have Mike Evans. I even love Mike Evans. Even though he's been terrorizing us for like 11 seasons, 10 seasons. That duo is solid. I think what made that duo really pop, especially with Tom Brady, was the fact that Chris Godwin was great, though he was a little hurt. And now Chris Godwin might be on his way out the door. So, I'm going to go ahead and give them to take the burden off of the next number 2 wide receiver. I mean, off of the number 1 wide receiver. I'm going to give them another 2 and Luther Burden from Missouri. Yeah,
we definitely have some different. But
we'll get to it. So my last 2 picks, you got the Bengals and then you got Denver. The Bengals defense is super atrocious. They probably had the best offense in the league. And the best passing offense in the league and the worst cornerbacks in the league. So that kind of leveled out and ended up making them miss the playoffs. So I'm gonna go ahead and give them a linebacker from Alabama who tend to do pretty well in Jahad Campbell.
Okay.
And then Denver. Y'all have a division with Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh,
and Pete Carroll.
Hold on, Justin Herbert, and then Pete Carroll and whoever quarterback he decides to get in the future. Right. That's scary. You know what you need? Especially since you jettisoned Justin Simmons, you need another safety. So we're going to go ahead and give you Malachi Starks. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Malachi Starks, by the way, is a safety out of Alabama. That, ladies and gentlemen, concludes 11 through 20.
Well, we have a lot of different picks. Yeah, so.
Hey, I feel like 11 through 20 could go like a billion different ways. Like I said, Dallas needs to draft Gentry. Are they going to? I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. Honestly, I would laugh my butt off, but I'll let you go ahead.
So, I'm going to start with the 49ers. They need some help at bits and pieces, but I'm overhearing that they're losing a lot of pieces on defense. I'm hearing a lot. Now, but the one thing that could always help a defense is having a good pass rush. Always. So, just to recap let me recap my first 10. So I've got Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, Will Johnson, Ted McMillan, Will Campbell, Luther Burden, Mason Graham, and Malachi Starks. All of them in my top 10. So, number 11, I think having a great defense, having a good pass rush helps the defense immensely. It definitely makes everybody, especially having a good defensive line, makes the linebackers better. It makes the secondary better. So, in knowing that, I think the 49ers give me Mykel Williams out of Georgia for the edge out of Georgia. Just imagine Mykel Williams on one end, and then you got I'm about to say Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa on the other.
Ugh.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, 12, the most obvious pick, Ashton Jeanty. Come on. We are in agreement in that. Hopefully the Cowboys don't choose him, but you know. The Dolphins. I like the point you made with them having needed some interior offensive lineman help, but I'm going to give them the best offensive weapon on the board so far, and that is my guy, Tyler Warren. Now, I know they already have Jonnu Smith at tight end. He played well. But just imagine, you got two solid tight ends. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Anyway, Tyler Warren's going to be tight end one anyway. But the Colts, like you said, they need help everywhere. I think originally I did have them. I did have them choosing a offensive lineman, but I scratched it. You know why? Because I looked at the grades. Pro Football Focus rated the Colts this season as the top rated offensive line. So I was like, they may not go offensive line, and I don't think they're trying to build around Anthony Richardson at this point. I don't think so. I think they're just gonna deal with it for another season until they can possibly get another Manning in a Colt uniform.
Jeez.
But Just saying.
We over here talking about capturing the flag with
Yeah.
with basketball, man.
Yeah.
You know these people are going to be clamoring for
Yeah.
Manning, bro. Especially if he has a good season. Oh man, it's
Exactly.
gonna be crazy.
But yeah. So I got the Colts drafting one of the edge rushers from Texas A&M, Shamar Stewart. The Falcons. Watching them, especially against my Commanders, and we live here in Georgia, so we end up seeing the Falcons a lot. But one thing I definitely notice is that they need some edge rusher. They need some edge rush help. I even talked with a Falcons fan, and he said, "Hey, we need some edge rush help." And guess what? I'm gonna give y'all some edge rush help because back-to-back picks from Texas A&M on that defensive line. I got Nick Skirton going to the ATL because y'all should have chosen Dallas Turner last year.
Yeah.
Y'all knew y'all needed. First of all, timeout. Y'all knew y'all needed edge rusher help this season, last season. After not this past season, but the season before, y'all didn't draft Dallas Turner, and then y'all still need. Yeah. This time, y'all right y'all wrong that y'all did. Though Michael Penix has shown he might be their franchise, but anyway, they may have been a smart pick, but yeah, Nick Skirton going to the Falcons this time. Pick him. The Cardinals, like you said, another mid-team with a mid-tier quarterback. Though, I don't know. There's a small part of me that still believes in Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray is a good quarterback, though.
There's a small part of me that still believes in him. So, in saying that, I'm going to give them Josh Simmons. I know they drafted Paris Johnson out of Ohio State last draft. Guess what? They're going to get another offensive tackle from Ohio State this draft. You got a good. I don't know whether you want to start about right tackle or left tackle. Either way, you got yourself some bookend tackles to help protect your franchise quarterback at this point, because honestly, what quarterback is draftable at this point? The Bengals.
Jalen Milroe.
Huh?
Jalen Milroe. I'm just kidding.
No. The Bengals, they really need help on defense, but there's not really a defensive player outside of Grant, but. Well, that and I think they want to go offensive tackle more. They probably should go defense.
Could you blame them?
But I think they'll go on the offensive line because they also need to protect Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow's shown that with a garbage offensive line, he can still perform. So let's boost up that offensive line. Let's give him Kevin Banks Jr. Let's protect your number one investment, and that's that quarterback, and that is that Joe Burrow at the end of the day. So let's go with that. With the Seahawks, I know I said Walter Nolan, but I forgot about that guy from Michigan. So I'm gonna give him that other defensive tackle from Michigan, Grant. So I'm gonna go ahead and erase that. Forgot his first name.
Kenneth.
Oh yeah. Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant. KJ's favorite Michigan Wolverine. I'm gonna go ahead and give him Kenneth Grant. All right. At 19, I got another. I have a lot of edge rushers.
Hey,
I'm gonna give the Bucks.
The trenches.
Hey man, I'm gonna give the Bucks James Pierce Jr. the edge rusher because I feel like, especially in that playoff game against us, we kept on. Jalen Daniels was able to get to the outside a lot. He was able to get to the outside a lot. And so you need a solid edge rusher to keep that in. Yes, you have Vita Veda on the inside, and what's Cansey? I think that's who they also had. Or was that another team? Either way, I know they had another solid defense, but they're going to need some good edge play. So I'm going to give them James Pierce Jr., the edge out of Tennessee. And the last pick, the 20th pick with the Broncos, you mentioned that they're in a division with those quarterbacks. All right. And because of you, especially with Patrick Mahomes, you're going to need to score, Broncos, and you need more than Cortland Sutton as your number one wide receiver. I think you need another wide receiver. And I'm going to give them not Emeka Ibuka. I know that's it. No.
That's who I thought.
No, I'm going to give them Matthew Golden. That's a guy I believe who's better than Emeka Ibuka. I'm sorry. So for me, Emeka Ibuka is a solid number 2 wide receiver. That's what I see. Now, he could prove me wrong, but I see Matthew Golden, I see number 1 wide receiver. Just watching him in Texas and watching Emeka Ibuka, at Ohio State, I see more number 1 wide receiver in Matthew Golden. Though you don't need a number 1 wide receiver, you really need a number 2. But hey, that bodes well. That bodes well for you, Broncos fans. So, in my opinion, the better receiver is Matthew Golden. Just in my opinion. So I'm going to give the Broncos Matthew Golden. All right, and that rounds out my 11 through 20. But yeah, we had some very different picks, KJ.
we kind of we were on the same coin, but on a different side with Denver.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Denver needed because that defense is good. They had a really good defense. I just think their offense lacked. They need a little bit more firepower on their offense, and what better way to. Their offensive line was good. Once again, the defense was good. They just needed more firepower at the skill position. So why not give him Matthew Golden? Give him some more firepower, and they might even also another team. This is just imagine what if Ashton Jeanty drops to them. We're synergy, man. Synergy.
I was like, bro, I need to do another draft and have Jeanty fall to the Broncos.
like it would. I think Ashton Jeanty going to the Broncos actually would.
That would make a lot of sense.
It would, and I feel like
it might be more perfect than him going to Dallas.
Because you're going to a team that was in the playoffs last season. A team that's not owned by a batshit crazy owner, a senile owner. So you got competence, a little bit more competence in the front office there. So, and then you have a head coach in Sean
Payton.
Yeah, and Sean Payton, who's very. Ashton Jeanty might want to go from being a Bronco to a Bronco again.
Literally, bro. And this is my only point with this. I think Jeanty going to Dallas only makes sense because that fills a need, right?
Yeah.
Jeanty going to Denver would fill a purpose.
Exactly.
You dig? It's like. Yeah, you just fit it. A scheme versus a fit. A scheme versus a need. You know what I'm saying? Ooh.
Exactly. And I really think actually going to the Broncos would be. And now I know Broncos fans saying y'all have a couple solid running backs, but
none of
those guys aren't RB1 type guys. That's like us Commanders saying, "Oh, we don't need a running back. We got B-Rob." No. We don't have a true RB1. Like we're talking about once again Saquon, Derrick Henry, who else? Brain got locked out. But Josh Jacobs. Guys like that. Those guys are true RB1s. But yeah. But let's go ahead and KJ and wrap this up pretty fast. Wrap this podcast up like we always do with our last second shout out. So KJ, who in the sports world do you have to shout out?
This is kind of a homer pick, but I'm gonna go ahead and shout out first of all college sports because though they are not going on right now, I mean, I don't know if this was on purpose or if I'm just a great picker, man, but I do like Michigan and I do like North Carolina. I think I have two of the best sports picks ever. Like, think about this. Michigan, the reason why I'm bringing this up, follow me, is because Michigan just beat Ohio State in Ohio State again, but in basketball. We own the state of Ohio. I don't care what nobody say. We own the state of Ohio. And if I'm not mistaken, it is not illegal to plant the flag in the basketball stadium. So we planted that thing. And it's crazy because I'm looking into my team and I'm just like, what? We got 2 7-footers, dog, starting. Their number is 50 and the other one number is 1. We called them Area 51. What the heck? That's fire, bro. Both of them had double doubles in that win over Ohio State. I said, this might be it right here. And then I'm only shouting out North Carolina because it is Michael Jordan's birthday today, and he is an alumni of the esteemed Tar Heel Nation.
Yep.
Go Heels. But yeah, those are my shout outs.
Well, my shout out goes to the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry. Gotta give a shout out to him because I think he won the All-Star Game MVP. Once again, just Alexi already said, is he a top 10 all-time basketball player? Maybe. Who cares? We know, but we know for a fact he is once again the number 1 shooter of all time, no doubt. First ballot, Hall of Famer, all of that, all the accolades you want to give, all the praise we want to give Steph Curry. It's just, what can I say? Humbling, not even humbling. It's just great to be able to watch this guy, these guys' careers. You mentioned LeBron. We mentioned guys like James Harden. We mentioned guys like Kevin Durant. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of these guys' careers are coming to an end. Like within the next 5 years, LeBron's going to be the first domino to fall. Oh, maybe we don't know at this point. But then we're gonna see Kevin Durant, and then I got Steph Curry. So I'm just blessed to know that I'm watching greatness and I'm able to watch this, and so that's why I don't try to. I don't want to get into no debates about who's greater. No, I want to appreciate these guys for where we have them right now. So shout out to you, Steph Curry. Shout out to you. But that's all the time we have, folks. You've now tuned in to MC Ron and his co-host,
Your boy, Zen on Ken.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be on the podcast and talk your sports stuff with the best in the business, that is me and my co-host KJ. All you have to do is one of 2 things. Either send an email to keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. That is keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. Or send us a direct message on Instagram. That is at keepingit10toes. That is at keepingit10toes. Woo! I know, once again, you all are sad that football season is over, but we still got basketball. And if you really need to have that football fix, and also I think the NFL Combine is coming up. The NFL Draft is about a couple months away. And once again, you can watch spring football, the UFL, if you really, really needed to get that football fix, if you need to get it in your veins. But, May's coming up, June's coming up. The tennis major season is coming into play too for me as a tennis fan. So there's like WrestleMania season is coming. I'm just saying, there's stuff for me to watch. But yeah, that's all the time we have, folks. You all have a great night.
The sun is under my feet and I come in peace to compete. I don't run if you athlete. My statistics go up in weeks and I go visit the nearest creek and I get busy. Yo, mini MC really ballistic. Anybody can see any assistance. Everybody to see some persistence. Recognize I be really too vicious. The permanent beast and the demolition. Bringing up the street. Better partition. Better dot your T. Hannibal mention. How all you see. Putting my dick in the rap industry. Everybody bitching. Getting mad at me. Recognize Kendrick in a battery. And I'm charged up in a catastrophe. It's charged up in audacity. Y'all fucks never gonna hassle me and y'all luck.